This is Sir Don, and welcome to another lesson per purpose of communication. Today, we're going to discuss lesson number 15, and I want you to open your modules. Again, we will be having communication for academic purposes, and that is lesson 15. Okay, let me read to you the learning targets of today. At the end of the module, you as our students will be able to explain the importance of developing selective reading. So ano ba yung tinatawag nating selective reading? Skills and vocabulary skills. Paano ba ito ma-develop for academic purposes? Determine the meaning of a word in a sentence through context clues. Ano yung tinatawag natin context clue naman? And bakit mahalaga itong matutunan ng isang tao or ng isang estudyante? Okay? And you're going also to classify academic texts according to their relevance to various professions. So, mamaya meron tayo niyaan as we go on into our activities specifically for checked. Okay? Now, I have here the activities that you have to do for this lesson, and it will be submitted via GCR as always for our online. So, of course, tinuro ko sa inyo kung paano yung 3-2-1 strategy. Okay, last face-to-face. So, as usual, gagawin nyo rin yan after you read the given content note entitled Communication for Academic Purposes. Please scroll on your module. So, 3 takeaways. Natutunan ninyo importanteng information doon sa binasa natin. 2 questions that you may have. And 1 thing that you like based on our readings. Again, the content note that you're going to read is the communication for academic purposes. Nasa module ninyo. Paki-browse na lang. Okay? Mag-review muna tayo ng ating comprehension strategy. So, it's a 3-2-1 chart for your reading. Of course, you have to read the text and highlight some of words for easier recall and underline those words or highlight those words na tingin ninyo ay importante. After that, you review, summarize, and generalize by doing the 3-2-1 strategy. So, yun yung unang task ninyo for today. And then, after that, you have also to answer check for understanding C.1. You just have to read and analyze the sentences carefully and i-apply ninyo yung matututunan nyo mamaya. Okay, for you to answer this activity. Okay? Next is for C.2. So you just have to classify the following academic titles according to their relevance to their or to various professions. So based on these academic text titles, saan ba siya applicable? Sa nursing, education, tourism, accountancy, and engineering. Okay? Yung una naman, okay, you have to read each sentence carefully to determine the meaning of the underlined word based on the context clue. Mamaya, discuss natin kung ano yung context clue na yan. Okay? Para malaman nyo yung meaning or yung sinasabi doon sa sentence with the underlined unfamiliar word. So, without further ado, let's discuss. Okay? Okay. Communication for academic purposes. Okay, let's read first the definition. I hope you have your modules with you. But first, ano ba yung mga bagay na pumapasok sa ating isipan kapag naririnig natin yung word na academics? Okay? You may pause this video and reflect. Ano kaya yung mga words or phrases na pumapasok sa ating isipan kapag narinig nating academics? Okay. Let's find out. Okay? An academic text refers to any written material. Again, when you say academic text, from the word text and academic, these are written material produced within an academic context. So, produce itong mga material na ito, mga text na ito, for academic purposes. Okay? Typically, for the purpose of scholarly communication, pwedeng research, and education. An example would be your activity sheets. Okay? Yung mga libro natin. Ginagamit itong mga libro na ito sa school, okay, for academic purposes. These are examples of academic texts, no? Yung mga ginamit ninyong mga journal or mga researches nung kayo ay gumawa ng essay. These are examples of academic text. If it is contextualized for an academic use or for education or for research or for communication. Okay? Maraming iba't ibang uri. There are different kinds of it, no? Like essays, papers, articles, books, and conference papers, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina. Okay? Academic texts, syempre, academic text siya, so formal siya. Ginagamitan natin or yung construction natin, structure natin dyan ay formal. Okay, we use formal words and we use careful research. And in that note, we follow certain rules, no, for citing sources. Kung mapapansin niyo yung mga modules ninyo, no, may mga citation yan and sinusunod natin yung tamang format. Okay? They help add to what's already known in a subject. No, like research. Sa research, syempre, may really existing knowledge na doon sa area na yon. And ang ginagawa natin ay ina-update natin or dinadagdagan natin or nire-revise natin yung meron na. Okay? Next. And are often checked by other experts to ensure credibility. So kung mapapansin ninyo yung mga academic text via internet, nakalagay halimbawa medically reviewed by, okay? Verified by, things like that. Okay? Of course, it is for academics, so we make sure that it is credible, it is valid, and it is reliable. Okay, in reading academic text, syempre binabasa natin yan, pinag-aaralan natin yan. Importante na ma-develop natin yung selective reading skills. Ano ba yung tinatawag nating selective reading skills? Okay, according to Esler and Fanoga of 1988 on page 96, they asserted that of the 3 types of reading speed, mamaya madidiscuss natin yung reading speed na yan, selective reading is what outstanding students have developed. So ito talaga yung makakatulong sa inyo. Selective reading means reading only the parts that are necessary. Again, from the word in itself, selective, so siniselect lang natin or pinipili natin, okay, yung mga parts ng text na babasahin natin depende doon sa kailangan, depende doon sa necessary. Kaya siya tinawag na selective reading. Okay? Ano ba yung types ng selective reading na yan? Number 1 is skimming. Anong ibig sabihin kapag nag-skim tayo? Okay, according to the University of Tennessee, okay, this is one of the tools that we can use to read more in less time. Skimming refers to looking only for the general or main ideas. Take note of that. Okay, nung midterms ginawa natin yan, no? When you skim, you only look for general or main ideas. And, so yun siya. So, going back into the discussion, okay, sabi dito, it is a skill where you read quickly. So, tama yung sinabi natin kanina. You read quickly and look for general idea. Take note. Ang tinitingnan natin, pag ginagamit natin yung skimming, okay, as selective reading skill, ay yung general idea lamang ng passage or ng binabasa natin. Instead na basahin natin word for word. Okay? Pwede nating basahin since yung pinaka-general idea yung kinukuha natin, yung mga headings, yung mga naka-bold na words, or yung mga first sentence ng bawat paragraph. Okay? That is how you skim, no? Pag nag-i-skim tayo, pini-preview natin or pini-pre-read natin or tinitignan natin yung overview or nire-review natin yung isang text in general. Okay? That's skimming or that's how you skim. Next. Okay? Alam kong nagawa nyo na yan. So, ang tawag doon sa ginagawa nyo na yun ay skimming. Okay? Ano naman yung second na selective reading? Yung scanning. Okay? Yung scanning naman, we're reading it rapidly to find specific facts. Again, we are reading it rapidly to find specific facts. So, pag may tinitingnan tayo na specific na facts or information, ang ginagawa natin scanning. Instead na basahin natin yung kabuuan ng text na binabasa natin, no? Nagfo-focus naman tayo sa keywords, sa phrases, sa numbers na related doon sa hinahanap natin. Okay? Scanning helps you locate specific details or answers without reading everything in detail. Halimbawa, kulang ka na sa time, no? Tapos, ito yung mga tanong na pinapahanap. Okay? Ang ginawa mo, binasa mo muna yung tanong at saka mo tinignan doon yung mga specific facts na sasagot doon sa tanong. Ang tawag doon ay scanning. Okay? Another important skill to develop when reading academic text is looking for context clues. Ano naman yung context clues, no? Vocabulary skill yan. So, kahit hindi natin alam yung ibig sabihin ng word or masyadong malalim yung word na yon, masasagot pa rin natin or maiintindihan pa rin natin yung sinasabi doon sa text sa pamamagitan ng paggamit ng context clues. Ano ba yung context clues? Context clues or hints or para siyang mga clue, okay, which helps us to understand the meaning of word or phrases na hindi natin alam. Titignan natin yung konteksto nung pagkakabuo ng sentence or ng paragraph para makakuha tayo ng clue kung anong ibig sabihin ng word na hindi natin alam. Okay? These clues are found in the sentences or paragraphs surrounding the unfamiliar word. Kung paano siya ginamit, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina. Okay? Maraming kind ng context clues na pwede nating gamitin. Okay? Para ma-debunk natin or para malaman natin kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng unfamiliar na salita na ginamit doon sa text or sa sentence, no? So I have here many types, no? Yung context clue ay naka-underline tapos yung unfamiliar na word ay naka-bold. So tingnan natin. Okay, number 1 is synonym. So, alam nyo naman na siguro kung anong ibig sabihin ng synonyms. But for the sake of discussion, let's discuss. No? Yung context clue na ito, okay? So, tinitignan natin yung mga similar meanings doon sa unfamiliar word o yung kasing kahulugan niya. Okay, let's give an example sa sentence na ito. When the music stopped, again, sing kahulugan. The student or same meaning. The students singing also came to halt. So, alam natin yung meaning ng stop. Okay? Pero, baka nalito tayo. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng came to a halt? Okay? Tingnan natin. Synonyms would be pertaining to the words na may similar na meaning. Ang underlined word natin ay stop. So, ano bang ibig sabihin ng stop? Okay? Huminto. Okay. So, sabi dyan, nung huminto daw yung music, okay? The students singing also. Also. So, nung daw nag-stop yung music, ay huminto rin yung pagkanta ng mga bata. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng came to a halt. No? Ang clue natin dyan is yung stop. Ano nga ba ang synonym ng stop? Or in Tagalog, huminto. So, from that note, okay, sa synonyms, yung kasing kahulugan ng stop or kaparehas ng meaning ng stop ay came to a halt. So, ibig sabihin, madideduce natin na nung tumigil daw yung music, ay tumigil din daw kumanta yung mga bata. Okay? Next, yung antonyms naman ay kabaliktaran ng synonym. Kasi yung synonyms, ito yung mga similar meaning, may kasing kahulugan. Ito namang antonym, okay, kasalungat, opposite. Okay? These clues provides words with opposite meaning to the unfamiliar word. Example, Sam is a happy guy, okay? While his sister is always melancholic. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng happy? Or in Tagalog, masaya ka. Ano kabaliktaran ng masaya? Siyempre, malungkot. Okay? And ang ginamit natin ditong context clue ay by antonym. Okay? So, kahit wala kang dictionary, kung may binabasa ka, or bawal mag-open ng cellphone, okay, ang meaning ng melancholic ay feeling or expressing pensive sadness. By looking doon sa underlined word, okay, na happy, which is kabaliktaran, okay, kapag sa opposite, kapag ka-antonyms ang pinag-uusapan natin, madideduce or magigets mo na ang melancholic ay sadness or to feel sad, pensive sadness. So, yun yung antonyms, kabaliktaran ng meaning, opposite. Okay, pwede ka rin or pwede mo rin malaman yung ibig sabihin ng mga text kahit na may unfamiliar word doon by using examples as context clues or clue, no? Yung mga examples na yan, it provides descriptions, no? That helps us illustrate ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng word na yon na ginamit doon sa sentence. For example, ito. The encyclopedia provided an example of carnivorous. Ngayon, parang di mo alam ano ba yung carnivorous animal. Okay, pero may binigay na context clue. May binigay na example. Lion or a tiger. So ngayon, according sa NGS or National Geographic Society, this is an organism, in most cases an animal that eats meat. Okay, kahit hindi mo alam yung meaning noon or nung meaning ng carnivorous, nagbigay ng example dito. Okay, ang example dito ay lion at tiger. Ano ba yung kinakain ng lion at tiger? Di ba meat? Kaya sila carnivorous. So, yun yung magiging clue mo in interpreting this or understanding this sentence. Okay, in summary, mahalaga na matutunan natin itong mga ito because as we dive ourselves into the academic text para mas maintindihan natin sila ng mas maayos. Okay, and mas better. You need to learn how to read selectively, okay, and use context clues. These helps you find important information na kailangan malaman natin yung mga mahihirap na text or maintindihan natin kahit na may mga bagay or mga words doon na hindi natin maintindihan by using context clues and figure out new words. Okay, it gives us also vocabularies kasi by using context clues, malalaman mo halimbawa na, ang antonym pala or ang opposite ng happy ay melancholic. So, hindi lang pala sadness, melancholic pwede din. Okay? So, may na-add sa vocabulary mo and others. Okay? If you have questions so far, do not hesitate to put it or message me sa ating GC and I will be very happy to answer those questions in my best of ability. And these are, again, the things that you have to answer. So, base dun sa discussion natin, ano yung tatlong takeaways na nakuha ninyo, dalawang question you may have, and one thing you like, applying the 3-2-1 strategy. Okay? And dito sa Check for Understanding, to test kung natutunan natin or kaya nating i-apply yung mga natutunan natin. Okay? So, may mga given examples or may mga given items dito na sentences. So, basahin at unawain. At try nating i-determine ano yung ibig sabihin ng naka-underline na word base doon sa context clues ng sentence or kung paano din siya ginamit. Okay? May mga given choices dyan, so letter na lang ang isusulat. Dito naman sa Check for Understanding Part 2, okay? Ito yung mga academic text titles according to their relevance in various professions. So, ilalagay nyo lang kung saang profession itong mga academic text na ito applicable. Okay? So, 5 items. Also, 5, and also yung ating 3-2-1 strategy. So, yung tatlo na yun ang inyong sasagutan. Okay? Today, we have discussed communication for academic purposes and we have explained the importance of developing selective reading. So, na-discuss natin yan. Skills and vocabularies, yung mga type niyan. Okay? You also determine the meaning of the word and sentences using context clues. Yan yung sa exercises natin. And you have classified also the academic text. Nasa Check for Understanding also. If you have further questions, again, send it to RGC. I'll be very happy to help. Okay? This has been Sir Don. Have a great day and thank you. Do not forget to answer your modules and submit it via GCR. That's it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.